is the main reason you're voting Kamala is because you don't like Trump?
There's a very clear evidence that Trump in his first term.
But I'm just curious to what your views are on voting and why Kamala.
But what is it about Kamala? Why I'm supporting her?
Yes, why?
I'm pretty optimistic that we're gonna get rid of him and fire him like we fired him at the last election.
So are there any specific things that Harris has done since she's been vice president?
You can't really blame her for not doing much as a vice president. In California, there was prison labor. I thought that was illegal.
I'm Steve, by the way. I'm sorry.
I'm Steve too.
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Go ahead.
I'm just curious to what your views are on voting and also why.
On voting
and why Kamala.
Well, I voted for her early. I mailed in my ballot already. But what is it about Kamala? Why I'm supporting her?
Yes, why? Why is good?
Well, because there's a very clear evidence that Trump in his first term, he expected the Attorney General to be his personal lawyer, and when that special independent report was written by Mueller, he got a hold of it and he edited it and he released a misrepresentative summary of the report to the press. And Mueller himself said it was not accurate. So he confused his duties to the American citizens with his duties to Trump on something that was very, very crucial. So I had enough of this sort of personal approach that Trump has taken. It's all about him getting even with people like General Kelly, his chief of staff. And there are other generals who said that Trump is a danger to the country. How many Republicans have not told Trump to clean up his act?
Right.
He's very abusive, and in the first campaign, I think it was, there was a reporter who was handicapped. He had some sort of a disability, like a tremor, and Trump was up there mimicking him, making fun of him. That's cruel. Somebody was making fun of me because I lost an eye 4 years ago, sort of thing. And only immature, insecure people and cruel people will do that. He's heartless. I read a commentary by Garrison Keillor who pointed out that he hasn't been kissing any babies. He hasn't been hugging any kids. You hardly see him say anything positive about his own wife. I'm pretty optimistic that we're gonna get rid of him and fire him like we fired him at the last election.
So is the main reason you're voting Kamala is because you don't like Trump? Because you agree with her policies?
To do more to end the war in Israel, and maybe the president will have the real power to do that. Because I think that I like her in lots of ways. Also, she's going to appoint some really, I think, good justices in the Supreme Court. The last one Trump put in were unqualified. The American Bar Association pointed out that Amy Barrett had no experience. She was a law professor, no experience, and it showed. And furthermore, she lied during her when she talked about the settled law, like we don't go changing things that have been around for 50 years. Well, that's exactly what she did. So she lied to the Senate. The whole thing is pretty disgusting. So I just hope that it's a very huge defeat and the message will sink in, and hopefully he'll move to Russia or someplace where he feels comfortable with the.
So are there any specific things that Harris has done since she's been vice president that sticks out to you that makes you think, yeah, we definitely need to keep her?
Her whole career has been very positive. I mean, as a prosecutor and what she's done, and you can't really blame her for not doing much as a vice president because she's really like a guest of the president, and I think she's in her own campaign. She has done a great job, and I look forward to her appointing some really good people. So I'm I'm very optimistic things are going to get better fast under her.
Before Kamala was vice president, she purposely didn't release people from prison because she was getting free labor from them.
In California, there was prison labor. I thought that was illegal.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Was that some rumor that was made up? Hard to believe because it's a very progressive state, and it's hard to imagine she would get away with that. I'd never heard that before, so it sounds a little crazy.
You know, it's the cognitive dissonance of, you know, people want to believe what they want to believe, and then when you tell them something that might change their mind, they they have an excuse for it to why it's not true. That's why I'm not a supporter of either side, because I think both sides that's their goal, is to divide, and they're doing a damn good job at it. I mean, you got to give them credit for that.